Welcome back to the O-Hockey Show, and breaking news, the LA Kings have traded away Jonathan Quick to the Columbus Blue Jackets in return for Vladislav Gavrikov and Joonas Korpisalo. So this is a good pickup for me for the Kings. I do like them picking up Gavrikov, of course. He's one of the biggest defensive pieces that you can probably pick up in the league. He's shown in a series against the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Toronto Maple Leafs that he's a solid asset when it comes to playing pure defense in the NHL. And I think the LA Kings, with how good they are offensively, defensively they're pretty weak. I do think Gavrikov is a huge move for them, and especially better than what the Oilers did in trading away their top offensive defenseman, and then in return for defense. This is a great ideal move for the Kings, where they are already good on offense, they need defense, and instead of giving up offense, they've given up Jonathan Quick, who I would say is their backup at this point, and a first-round pick in return. So, let's talk a little bit more about each single piece. So, Korpisalo for Quick. I guess the LA Kings are thinking Korpisalo is going to be a better fit for them in net than Jonathan Quick, which I do think is kind of a strange choice. I think Quick is the backup, so why does it matter? I guess if they want to put in Korpisalo, whose numbers are pretty good, at least for being on a pretty bad team when it comes to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So a .911 and a 3.17 goals against is not the worst for a goaltender, and especially in the situation that he is in Columbus, I think he will definitely perform better in LA, where he actually is given a chance to win games. But Korpisalo has always been kind of one of those goaltenders that I have I won't put any chips on Joonas Korpisalo. I've never really seen him I don't really see him as a super goaltender, and LA's kind of doesn't really, well, I guess every team does need one. I don't know. It's just a strange choice, because Jonathan Quick to this day, sure, he's not the goaltender he was 10 years ago, back when they were going on their Stanley Cup runs, but he definitely still shows to this day that he has what it takes to be a super goaltender. I mean, make some amazing stops. And if he's the backup already, wouldn't you rather throw in the veteran guy who's on the last few legs of his career and go out there and try to steal a game or two? I think I'd rather have that guy who's going to have more passion and heart in the game that he's going to play than Joonas Korpisalo will. Besides, Phoenix Copley, in my eyes, the games I've seen of him playing in LA, he's been playing spectacular. So I do believe that I would rather have Copley and net above the two goaltenders on this board anyways. So I guess that doesn't really matter, and it is kind of a shame that Jonathan Quick has to bite the bad end of the stick with his career ending not in LA, but I doubt he really probably cares anyways. But it is kind of sad to see that he's gone. I mean, I've been the Sharks fan for the longest time, not so much anymore really, but for the longest time that's who I cheered for, and watching his fights against the San Jose Sharks is just kind of sad to see that era end of LA versus San Jose. And there's not Jonathan Quick, Brent Burns, Joe Pavelski, Dustin Brown, all of those guys from those series are gone now from both of those teams. So it is kind of sad for me to see that happen. But between the two goaltenders, I guess it is a smart move for LA. Vladislav Gavrikov, though, of course, one of the best pure defensive guys in the league. And he's shown that he is such a good defensive asset. LA is terrible when it comes to keeping the puck out of their own net. And I think this guy is definitely going to help that, especially in a time like the playoffs where everything's so much more in a vacuum. Every single game, I think Gavrikov's going to make so much more of a difference in every game. And I think a lot of hockey fans that watch hockey have never really actually played it. And from me coming at, I mean, not that I'm anything's that special, but I know what the difference can be with one single superstar guy that can play super defense in such a brick wall. He's going to make such a difference when it comes to actually playing every single game on the ice against a team. If they pair up against the Vegas Golden Knights, or they pair up against, at this point, the Oilers, he will be such a difference maker when it comes to him versus McDavid, and what a difference that'll make, and help LA try to win the first round of the playoffs, at least the first round, then a team up against Vegas, I would guess, in the second round. So it is a pretty good pickup for them. For LA, overall, definitely helping their campaign, their playoff campaign eventually. But then on the flip side, what'd they give up? So, of course, Jonathan Quick, which obviously he hasn't had the best of years. He's not the same guy he used to be, so I guess it's okay. He's really moved out more for the cap crunch, and I'm assuming they probably asked him, hey, we're going to do this. I hope you feel okay about it. Actually, I'm just assuming, and it doesn't really matter. And they move him out for cap reasons, I'm assuming. And also, it's not really that important. You'd rather move out your veteran guy who's getting paid a little bit too much money than move out a guy that's actually a part of your offense and defense, because he's the backup goaltender. You don't need him every night. So it is a smart move to move him out of all people. And not just that, but also a 2023, so this year's first-round pick for LA, which has the condition on it that if LA misses the playoffs somehow, that it turns not into a first round, but it turns into 2 second-round picks from 2024 and 25. Actually, no, it's 23, this year, 2023 and 24. So this year's second and next year's second-round pick, as well as a 2024 round pick. There we go. So, overall, this is a pretty good trade, I think, for both ends. I mean, I'm kind of surprised, though. I really did think Gavrikov was going to go for more than this. I'm kind of, with all the teams and how much, like, a team like the Oilers especially could use a lot more defense help back there. I know they bring in Mattias Ekholm, which between the two guys, I guess I probably would go with Ekholm over Gavrikov. But at the same time, I also would rather have both of them. And for what the price was, I feel like they definitely could have made this happen between the Oilers and the Columbus Blue Jackets. But instead, they go with Ekholm and give up Tyson Barrie, which is a whole thing on its own, which I made a video about, and it's actually going up right now. And for this trade, I guess it's okay for both teams. I mean, it definitely is going to help LA, and I like this move for them. And Columbus gets back a return that I was underwhelming, to say the least. I thought it was going to be more than that, and I'm surprised more teams didn't bite on this trade than others. So that is all I have to say. So if you somehow found this video entertaining somewhat, please feel free to go down below, which I will add one more thing. Once again, not a bad trade. A lot of the trades going on, really stupid. This one, I think, is pretty good both ways. I'm actually kind of surprised how little Columbus got for it in return. So that is all I have to say. So please feel free to go down below and pick up your free subscription by hitting that red subscribe button. It is completely free. You can take it back whenever you want, and I'm almost to 100. So let's get me there. We're almost there, only 6 away. We're at 94, so we're so close. So please feel free to do that. Leave a like, not a dislike, but go down below and tell me how stupid I am, because I know Jonas Korpisalo actually is one of the best goaltenders that has ever lived, and Gavrikov is actually awful. So that is all I have to say. Tell me how stupid I am down below, and until next time, I hope you're having an amazing day. Too sweet, and ta-ta for now.